Hello guys, Dividend Enjoyer here, and today I'm going to be breaking down my $44,555.83 stock portfolio. I'm going to be going through all of my positions from the largest percentage of my portfolio all the way down to the smallest percentage of my portfolio. So if you guys are interested in hearing me talk about stocks, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into it. Starting us off, we have VICI Properties, ticker symbol VICI. My position is currently valued at $10,968.34, and this position makes up a whopping 24.62% of my overall portfolio, and I'm very happy with it. I think that it's undervalued for what it is. I think that you're getting a very good yield at this price. If you guys don't know, VICI is essentially the company that MGM, the casino company, spun off of to essentially own all of their brick and mortar of their casinos. So VICI does not get paid more or less based on how much people gamble. That's kind of a misconception. VICI either gets paid their set rent or they don't get paid their set rent. And they own the physical brick and mortar real buildings of the casinos and of some other experiential properties. Their leases go multi-year, and I think that this is a great alternative to companies like Realty Income, where you have a lot of different renters who are not on multi-year contracts. It doesn't necessarily always scale with inflation. And there's a lot more rules, regulations, a lot more people you're having to deal with in that situation. Whereas with VICI, it's one gigantic client. It's a casino. They're usually good for their money. And VICI is going to be able to continue to profit as long as they're able to continue to collect large rents. And they have been making it a big strategy to continue acquiring more properties to continue their growth, really. And I think that this company is going to be able to do very well because I think that the real estate is very, very unique. It's very one of a kind. And I think that over the long term, they're really going to be able to collect a lot of rent, and it's going to make sense over time. Next up, we got a stock that over the last year has done very poorly, but in recent weeks, it's done very well, and that is Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM. This stock currently is weighted at 23.08% of my overall portfolio, and the value of my position is $10,281.63. I like Salesforce for a lot of reasons, and the main reason is that they make real money. It's not speculative. There is the risk of lower growth with AI, but I think that they've been able to really optimize AI into their business strategy, and I think that they're going to be successful with practical ideas that actually materialize into money rather than just selling AI lies all day. And I think that Salesforce is a very great addition to my portfolio. It's one that I want to own for a long period of time because I think that Salesforce is a monopolistic giant. I don't think it's going to get dethroned by AI. I think that it's a very strong business model, and I'm willing to hold for a very long period of time so I can weather this difficult storm right now. And it has been a difficult storm since I've been holding. I've been down at 1.35% on this stock, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you don't time it right, and you're going to end up really down on a position. I still believe the position should be valued a lot higher than what it is being valued at now, and I think that we're going to see Salesforce continue momentum upwards into the future. Now, that could take a year, that could take 2 years, that could take even 5 years. It might never happen realistically because stocks do run on supply and demand ultimately, but Salesforce continues reporting these great quarters that they keep having where they keep beating revenue expectations and they're more and more profitable. So I think because of that, they should be valued at a higher market cap and at a higher multiple. I think that they're going to be able to continue to deliver. I don't think that their whole business is going to be taken away by AI. I think that, again, they're going to be able to improvise and adapt, and I think that Salesforce is going to be a very successful name in my portfolio in a couple of years. And I think it may have the best performance for next year overall if we continue to see it trade sideways into next year. And again, I don't know when it's going to come back fully. I don't know if I'm going to break even in 2 years, 3 years, whenever. It is what it is, but I really truly believe that the stock is undervalued based on the actual amount of money that it's bringing in. The next stock I have on the list is Waste Management, ticker symbol WM. This currently makes up 20.42% of my overall portfolio and has a value of $9,098.89. The reason why I like this business so much is because of its resilience and because of how strong of a business it is. When I was thinking about building the foundations of my portfolio, I thought I want a very large, high dividend paying or compound annual growth increasing, because they just increased their dividend from last year a whopping 14%. So think about how much that is compounded over time, even though the annual dividend yield isn't very much to be happy about and jump up and down and celebrate. The actual compound annual growth rate of that dividend is something that's really unbelievable. So this is a stock that just gets better with age, kind of like a good wine. And that's why I want to be in it. I want to be in this stock for a very, very long period of time. I might never in my entire life sell my waste management position, just because I believe it is that strong of a business. It's going to stand the test of time, and it's going to continue making greater and greater profits, rewarding the patient people more and more by doing buybacks, by offering higher dividend yields each year, and by just increasing the amount of money that they're making. That's really how that's possible. And I think that this is very sustainable with waste management because of economies of scale and because they're the most monopolistic waste management business that there is. So I'm very confident in waste management. I think it's a very strong business. I think it's one that I want to own again for a very, very long period of time, because I believe that this business is extremely resilient and very necessary. It's very necessary to have landfills. It's very necessary to have waste disposal. And I think that the demand for that is just going to continue increasing as we have more people here, and overall just as they acquire smaller waste disposal companies that maybe some of the other guys aren't going to be willing to pay for, because they can offer a better premium because it's worth more money to them, because they're able to share the same assets, because they're able to increase the amount of revenue that they're making. Because one thing to understand about a giant behemoth of a business like waste management is that they want to buy other businesses that can drive growth. And in this particular business, it makes a lot of sense to buy up the smaller competition. And I think that there's just a lot of ways for them to continue to growing with their other segments that they're increasing, like their healthcare products. The one interesting thing that they actually do is they harvest the methane underneath the landfills and convert that into natural gas. Very interesting stuff, very intricate. And I really enjoy this business a lot. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think it's a very, very interesting business. I think it's a business that goes under the radar because it is so boring. And those are a lot of the businesses that I really like, not the ones that are super exciting, super flashy or whatever. The businesses that make real money and continue making real money year after year. And waste management is one of those businesses that continues to make good money each year and deliver to the shareholders. And I think that they're going to continue to be able to do that through hard economic times, through great economic times, through any economic times. Waste management is going to be able to continue to process waste and continue making more and more money. And that's the type of business that I want to be involved in. Okay, guys, so I have three very similar companies that I'm just going to hit all at once. That's American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. All three of these process payments, with the difference being that American Express is the unique one that processes way less payments but owns the actual debt that they're loaning out. So American Express is the only one that actually physically owns the credit card debt, which makes them kind of competitive with companies like Chase that go through Visa, or other banks that go through MasterCard, because they're kind of playing both sides a little bit. But Visa and MasterCard are very excellent. I feel as though they're lower risk, lower reward. American Express is the largest of these three positions by a lot. I believe American Express, that position is worth more than Visa and MasterCard in my portfolio combined, but all three come out to about 16.09%. So this is a pretty significant portion of my portfolio, all kind of blended into one. I really like this because I think that the payment processors are extremely strict. Again, it's very monopolistic, kind of like some of the other companies that I've talked about previously. These ones are just so amazing because they make such good money. They fly completely under the radar because they're older companies. They've been around for a while. Everybody knows they're great. But the hard thing about these three businesses is trying to time it. You're not going to time it right. You might be down at some point. Eventually, they end up doing well, and the future anticipated amount of money that they're going to make is a lot higher than it was previously, meaning that the companies are worth more money because they should sustain their same premiums. Now, this might not happen. They might not sustain the same kind of crazy premiums that they have usually, and those are good opportunities to buy. I personally would like to buy more Visa and MasterCard just to beef up that part of my position, but I also really like American Express. I like American Express more than Visa and MasterCard, which is why it's a higher percentage of my portfolio. It's one like Waste Management, that one specifically, because I feel very strongly that I will never ever want to sell my positions in it, and I just want to continue to collect the dividends for a very long period of time and see the overall value of the position continue to grow. That's kind of my philosophy behind companies like American Express and Waste Management. Visa and MasterCard, I wouldn't be as hurt if they left just because they don't own that debt, which I feel like is better for American Express. And I also feel as though American Express's clientele is really flourishing right now. You could see that in all of their earnings being very positive. But I also think that the consumer is doing more transactions, which Visa and MasterCard are keeping track of. So I think that both companies, or all three companies rather, have a very, very, very bright future. But I don't necessarily know which one's going to outperform for what reason. But I'd like to just buy this whole sector of these big three companies that process so many payments, that make so much money every time a credit card is swiped, every time a different thing is used to pay for anything other than Apple Pay, obviously. These three companies are making some kind of money. And sometimes even in the case of Apple Pay, I'm sure they're making some kind of money there. So I really like them. I think that they're very strong businesses because of the amount of regulations in that space. And I think that they're very, very difficult to compete with. If you gave me the amount of money that their market cap is worth, I would have a very difficult time trying to compete with a Visa or a MasterCard or an American Express because they have the right brand. They already have the people using their system. They're in the ecosystem. That's a very valuable thing to have. So I think that there's going to be continued growth within these three, and that's why I'm willing to hold them in my own portfolio. The next business I have in my portfolio is Uber Technologies, ticker symbol Uber. This makes up 5.2% of the overall portfolio with a value of $2,318.73. The reason why I am so bullish on Uber in the long term is that I personally believe that there is a trend of younger people who are more and more open to using Uber for their everyday activities. That includes getting groceries, that includes going places. They just don't even want to drive, right? And Uber offers them the opportunity to be able to continue to use their products and services without having to go into debt for a car. And for some people, that does actually make more sense to use occasional Ubers than to actually own a vehicle. Now, I think that Uber long-term is going to continue to be able to capitalize on Uber Eats as well. I think that the overall trend is that there's going to be higher and higher demand for the sector as a whole. And I personally believe that Uber is the leader. Now, are we going to have periods where it doesn't do as well as expected and some periods where it does a lot better than expected? Yes. And I think that we're in a period right now, short term, where Uber is not hitting its goals because the economy is just not good on a macro level. But I believe that eventually things will get better, things will turn around, people are going to be able to afford things again, and Uber is going to be prospering in that kind of landscape. And I think that eventually we will get there. There might be some pain, it might take years even, but eventually Uber is going to be able to continue making greater and greater returns. I think that the drone technology is really promising for Uber. I think that they're going to be able to really capitalize on that if it materializes. And I think that Uber is going to be a great benefactor of self-driving as well. If that comes to fruition and becomes a thing that has widespread adoption, I think that Uber is going to be by far head and shoulders leader in the space. And I think that Uber is going to make a lot of money off of that. The next position I'm going to be talking about is Take-Two Interactive, ticker symbol TTWO, worth $1,877 and making up 4.21% of the overall portfolio value. So I like Take-Two Interactive because it's really just betting on GTA 6. That's really what you're doing. If you think that GTA 6 is going to exceed expectations, you probably want to own the stock. And if you think it's going to disappoint in a major way, you probably want to either buy puts or just totally avoid the stock. I don't endorse doing options either way, just personally, but that's a whole other matter. Take-Two Interactive, though, I think is going to continue to release another great hit in GTA 6. I think that all of their releases have been very good, and my reason for this is I believe that Take-Two is different from a lot of other gaming developers. I think that they look at the long-term project that they can create that can make cash flows for years and years and years, like GTA 5, like Red Dead 2, and they really try to make just the best possible game that they can as just a one-off project, and then that funds everything else at the entire company. That's how their business model works, and GTA 6 is going to deliver on that. If you guys thought GTA 5 was cool and all the things that you can do in GTA 5 that you can't really do in any other video game that's out right now in 2026, imagine how great GTA 6 is going to be now that they've had time to learn from their mistakes and look at GTA 5 and all the ways that they can, for one, make it make money, which is good for me as an investor, but also make the experience as positive as possible for the player for the long term. And I think that they're going to deliver on both of those metrics way above people's expectations. I think that the game is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be top tier. And I think it's going to greatly, greatly beat the sales expectations that Wall Street has for Take-Two Interactive. Last up, I think it made a lot of sense to combine these two. We have Microsoft and Amazon, ticker symbols MSFT and AMZN. They make up a combined 6.38% of the overall portfolio. And my reason for combining them is that I bought them for very similar reasons, and I think that they are truly very similar companies with one really big distinction. The distinction being that the cash cow business for Microsoft is software, being the software suite that they have, making so much money annually. And for Amazon, the cash cow that they have is the logistical system, meaning that it's very, very, very nearly impossible to replace either of these things. If you gave me enough money that Amazon is worth, I probably couldn't compete with Amazon in terms of packages. They're so efficient. They're so good at what they do. And the same thing can be said about Microsoft with its business software. I think that they are very on top of that. And they have a truly just massive monopoly with Excel, with Word, with all of these things that businesses pay billions of dollars to use. And with that money, they're able to do things like Azure or AWS. They're able to do little projects here and there that could drive massive growth. And they really can't lose in the game of capitalism because they are massive, massive corporations that can bend rules, and there should be a premium for that. And I definitely want to be a shareholder of that. I want to be a shareholder of a company that is massive, has a lot of power, is very monopolistic, and just a very, very strong, strong business. And that's why I am an investor in both of them. I try to buy them when they're very low. I think that Apple's also this way, where you want to get it when it's really beat up. I did that. I got out. I think it makes sense to actually hold it, though. But both of these businesses are very, very strong, very, very good businesses, very good balance sheets, very massive amounts of money that they're bringing in annually. And I like both of them. I think both of them are going to do very well into the future, just based off of how much money they're bringing in and how much money they're probably going to continue to be able to bring in because of how monopolistic and how strong they are as a business. So I like both of those positions for that reason. I think they're just behemoths of companies. I think that they are the pinnacle of quality, and there should be a premium on them. And when they get beat up, you want to get in and buy more. I think that Microsoft is actually looking like the better option of the two. And I'd love to be able to add more Microsoft to my portfolio forever. I think that the business is going to do very well. I think one thing that's not talked about enough with Microsoft, though, specifically, is that they really are monopolizing a lot of the game industry with their Xbox Games Pass. And I think that just them gobbling up all of these independent developers and publishers is very smart for them. I think that the IPs are going to be worth a lot of money. Microsoft has shown that it is able to take an IP, for example, Minecraft, and then turn it into an even bigger business, an even bigger hit than it was before. All of that merchandise, all of that stuff, any new Minecraft game being bought is owned by Microsoft, and it has just done wonders for them. And I think that there are examples of that all over the business, all over the company, and it's a business that I want to own for a long time. Same with Amazon. It's one that I want to own for a very long period of time. And I'm very happy to be an investor in both, but I do think that the premium can be a little bit crazy at times. That's all my positions in my portfolio. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Please hit the subscribe button if you made it this far. Please check out the streams too. I like to stream games as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.